Hello everyone, this is Gorax, and today I'm going to show you how to do Elemental Domains level 3 on a free-to-play account that still has a free rebuild for only a couple hours. This is very important to do them on this day to make sure you have enough resources to unlock your heroes past level 70, as the next day it will be a little bit harder to be available to clear other domains. So let's start. We will start with the domain that is essential for fire and poison team, which is flame domain. And in this domain we require specific heroes and as much resistance on our equipment as possible. As you can see, this is the team that I was using here to clear this domain. We don't really need a tank here. Usha, if you choose Usha, she's very good in here. She's very good overall, and she's got good sustain through her shield, which keeps her at bay basically really tanky because it scales with attack. We got our Traveler, which we will switch to Frost because every unit, every hero that is Frost and Fire will receive additional extra damage and will do less damage here. We need someone with clans, in this case a rare support, Anna, but if you got Vikuch or someone else it's good as well. And also I need, in my case, Adri for her recharge speed penalty, because the skills of both Adri and Anna are really not leveled up, so I can't benefit from this, which means the boss will cast her ultimate basically faster than I can cleanse, and this is really important here. And then we got Quarian support, so extra heal that basically, let's see the details here, doesn't scale with anything but with our heroes. So the more HP, the more the heal. So as you can see here, so we don't need his skills really. We could go for extra percentage, but we're okay with what we got. So yeah, let's jump into this fight. Also, before we jump, I would like to remind that resistances on the heroes are really important in this fight and really important in the game. So make sure you have a set of equipment that has resistances, and in that case I'm aiming for plus 50 resistance on every hero on my team. And I'm also going to use resistance food. There are a few different options here. You can use that, and there's a only resistance that gives you plus 25, but I like this yogurt. Gives us accuracy, which we need to ensure we hit our skills, and gives us resistance as well, so we are over the threshold here, so everyone should be okay surviving. Also make sure you use aura. This is why Usha is so good. All dungeons she provides us with aura. So let's start the fight. Now at this point you should stop auto casting Anna's ultimate. There's enough heal from Quarian and shields from our main character to make sure our heroes can survive with no problem, as we will need that ultimate to be ready where the boss cast, just before the boss cast has. And as a reminder guys, this is a Starlight dice challenge account, which means I couldn't pull any Heliolite dices, so the roster might not be as strong as yours, but it works. Okay, this game does not require legendary or even epic heroes, so at this point we also want to cancel our ultimate of our main character, because we want to ensure that despite dispelling everything, we are still shielded at the right time. As you can see, pop her ultimate and pop our MC shield, and we receive barely any damage. And now at this point we should be alright. So Adri is reducing the cast charge or the ultimate points on the boss. which will ensure that Anna casts her ultimate after boss applies new stacks, and we got the shield. So you can do it on auto, but sometimes, you know, when Adri misses, you'll have issues, but since we got so much accuracy, we can do it. And you don't need damage dealers here. You don't need any more damage dealers here than Usha, really, because we got so much time to win in this fight, and we're already doing good with rares and rare equipment as well. So yeah, this is Fire Domain made easy. Next we will go to the Frost Domain. I will leave Tempest Domain as the last one because this one is the hardest at this early in the game, because we need good AoE team, and we also need healing prohibition, which sadly this account lacks. So yeah, this will be a struggle at the Tempest, but Frost Domain, I should be able to clear it easily. Next, so yeah, here we go, boom. Fire Domain, level 3, cleared. You can use similar strategy. You can obviously replace heroes. You can replace Usha with tank. Still works. It will go a little bit slower, but yeah. Dispel, spread your team, and heal. Resistances, build them above 30 in this case, I think, but 50 is good. Okay, go with 50. 50 is easy to achieve. In the Frost Domain, in current season, we can't use Frost and Necro units together, so we need to use something else. On this account, my main team is Frost, so I have to use whatever leftovers I have, and the best, basically lightning hero, I believe, rare, is Irina. Not only great AoE damage, also single target, and provides attack penalty, which is so crucial, as the boss will do less damage to us even if we don't break the shield, which is required here. So if you don't break the shield, you will receive massive AoE damage, but with the team we got, we have 2 healers. This time around we're using Hexandra, and we got Anna again. We could bring someone else to provide a bigger heal, but she provides a good sustain. So I choose her. She's only level 50 though, because I don't have enough materials to get her to level 70. So I can ascend her, and we need some burst damage here. So we got our challenger, very good burst damage early on in the game. And this time around we go with our max HP aura here to ensure we can survive as long as possible and basically don't die. If we survive through her skills, we're good to go. We can go with HP, attack, food, but since I don't have it at the moment, I'll just go with defense. You could also go with resistance. As you see, my equipment is actually quite good. My heroes have above 50 resistance, at least most of them. Not Irina and not Hexandra, but that should be enough. And let's do it. We should be really careful at that phase, because 2 Ushas do a lot of damage. As you can see, level 50 Anna was taken really low, but since I have a full Guardian equipment on her, she's got a little bit of HP, so she can sustain herself. And now we top up, and we're at full HP. Now, on the next stage, it's very important we try, at least first, if we're unsure we can survive the shield, try to make sure our damage dealers, and that includes Horus, because his attack, well, his damage scales with defense. So yeah, as you can see, we got this damage reduction here. So that's another thing we want to do. We want Anna to dispel that before we cast all these ultimates. But as you can see, even though we didn't break the shield, we still managed to get it done. So what we do now is we wait for the boss to apply this debuff to us, survive that, dispel, and go damage. And now we can play it on auto. Should be easy. The damage at this level is not that high, so yeah. So yeah, she gives us attack penalty 1 here. So we need to make sure we have someone to dispel it. That's why Anna comes in handy. So we deal more damage to the shield, but even on auto, that's not enough damage, as you will see, to take us down. Boom. That's barely any damage. We got resistances, we got defense, we're good to go on auto. If you want to tackle higher levels, you definitely need someone who will steal that shield instead of just breaking it, because the fight timer is quite long and we should definitely slowly take her down eventually. So only Tempest Domain is left, and this is the hardest one. I had issues clearing it previously on my previous account, so let's see if I can do it on this one. This account does not have healing prohibition, so it will be hard. So yeah, the hardest domain early in the game is the Tempest. Requires healing prohibition, and in this account, on this account, I don't have anyone, so I had to try a few different variants of this formation. So as you can see, I'm using Horus here. I'm using Usha to dish out as much damage as possible. I'm using Frost Traveler to bring some damage mitigation through shields. I'm using Horus to do a little bit more damage. If that's not good enough, we can replace him with a little bit more utility, and I'm using Hexandra as a healer. Let's see how it plays. Now, believe me, if you can't do it, don't worry, okay? It might not be possible for everyone, and you will clear it eventually, okay? So don't get too frustrated, don't be let down, just enjoy the game. So let's play it. So here on the boss, we have two options, basically, how to tackle it. we can play totally on auto and pray to God we can get rid or we can outdamage the recovery over time, which may be hard. Or we can quickly look to kill these ads, because when the boss goes down, he will sacrifice them and get recovery over time buff as well. So you can do it manually, waiting with Usha's ultimate, and whatever second damage dealer you have. I'm using Horace because I was quite lucky to get him, and he applies quite a lot of poison. And we can't use any lightning heroes here, so yeah, we will use those two ultimates, and we can almost get it. I should actually replace Horus with Usha when it comes to the placement, but it looks good. So yeah, we can definitely beat it on auto as well. Let's just do it and see if it's manageable. The damage coming out from the boss is quite huge, so it's good if you have this ready. If you have this ready, you can always like reset the fight basically, and it helps sustain your heroes. So if you're doing something for the first time, ensure you have it. And yeah, let's see if we can kill these dragons. If we can't kill them quick enough, he will sacrifice them and get a buff. So there we go, another heal. The highest damage he does is basically when he lands, okay? So this is where you should make sure your heroes are topped up completely. And I'm using Horus here because ideally you want to have this taunt to make sure your damage dealers don't die. As you can see here, that's what we're gonna do. You should leave taunt for these ads if you struggle. So that's what we're gonna do. It doesn't do too much damage on the boss. And yeah, Horus just wasted an ultimate there, but that's fine. We should be able to do it even without Horus. Horus is our tank. Yeah, Usha does a lot of damage, so she's alright on her own. You can always bring a second healer here, so that's what we do. You taunt, so your backline is good, okay, and then you just AoE them down, and that's it. That's the fight finished now. Yeah, so I've done it again. Basically, you have to ensure you can easily farm this domain before this Clepsydra torrent finishes. Okay, if that finishes and you haven't cleared all these domains, you will have issues later on, because you want these materials to be able to get your heroes past level 70. I hope you enjoyed this quick guide. If you did, please press the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and follow me on Twitch as well, where I do daily live streams and I can help you out with whatever issues you have. My priority during the live stream is always helping the audience, so yeah, make sure you join me. You can find me on Twitch as Gorax Plays. So yeah, thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye.